your bag and go. Get your passport and go. What the fuck? I paid less than £100 to travel to 3 countries. Do you know when you fly domestically, you don't need to go through border control? Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're growing, like legit. I'm seeing numbers increasing, and thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for helping me grow this year. Thank you for watching my videos and keeping the engagement. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every single one of you, especially those who follow me across platforms. I notice you, I see you. We literally have good conversations. I love it. I love being able to grow and build a community. Like, that's all I've ever really wanted. We're solo traveling this year. We'll get into the ins and outs and nitty-gritties about solo travel and the crap that happened to me on my latest solo travels, and how to get like rewards for traveling and rewards towards traveling. So we'll get into that. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I'm gonna go with my Milk Hydragrid primer. I feel like I'm on TikTok live as well, so kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. So I want to kind of talk about the realities of solo travel, and I kind of touched on it in my last video. Things that I feel like are needed, like why you need to solo travel, and then at the same time what I would do differently next time I go, because obviously it's such a process. And I filmed my last video when I was at my I filmed the last video the other day, and I was just so depressed and I couldn't figure it out, like, and I feel like I haven't even gotten out of that funk. So I love filming these get ready with me because I feel like I love looking cute, and I feel there's no other way to do it. I'm gonna go with my Fenty Pro Filter Matte Foundation. I feel like this formula in the travel size is really runny. Maybe it's just me. What the fuck? Things you need to remember about solo travel is that it's not for the fucking weak of heart. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just not. Have to be like either mentally strong anyway, or willing to be mentally strong. Like, you either have to be mentally strong or willing to be mentally strong. There is no, you cannot do it if you're weak. It's just, and I feel like this has been like a huge eye-opener for me on my recent travels. But hopefully, like, by the time you see this, you'll see my vlogs and you see what I mean when I am talking about this. You know, I can see who's on my live, right? I can see. Sorry, I feel like the whole thing just was getting difficult to talk when I was doing my foundation. It always is. I had concealer. I'm going with my Revolution concealer. So solo travel can be difficult because you are solely responsible for yourself. You are solely fucking responsible. No one is responsible for you. I mean, obviously when you go with friends, you kind of all have each other's back. I hope. Make sure you do, because I feel like if you don't, that's just wrong, you know. So anyway, like I said, you constantly have yourself. So when I was in Norway, I left my bag in the hotel, and that bag had all my debit cards, credit cards. It had my keys, my headphones, my charger, my everything. So I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna have to fly back there and like go get it. But Norway is fucking expensive, so it's like, okay, how am I gonna do that? Because like the flights aren't expensive, but getting to and from the hotel is very expensive. Like, what am I gonna do? And then I decided, let me ship my stuff from the hotel to my house, no, to my next location, which didn't happen because it was I ended up going to my next location too soon, and I didn't notice until I got to my next location anyway. I didn't even know when I, like, how this is how crazy it is that I didn't even know I left my bag until I got to my final location, which is just my brain just went blank. And then so after that, I've tried to ship it, and they didn't pick it up the first time, but they've charged me, so I'm waiting for a refund. And then the second time they went and collected, and they're like, you need an invoice. What the fuck is an invoice? I'm shipping my own items. Like, how does that even make sense? So I've been trying to call UPS for fucking ages. ages and ages and ages and ages. No response. Like, there's all these numbers that on the UPS website are saying that these numbers don't exist. So I don't know. Anyway, my sister finally got hold of it, and I'm like, I'm trying not to bother people. Like, this is supposed to be my own solo trip, and like, the fuck, I fucked up. And you know what, people are gonna be like, well, you know, this is why, you know, you shouldn't solo travel, and this is why you shouldn't this and this and that. Like, the fuck, I had the best time in Norway. I was fucking happy and living my best life. The UK is fucking miserable, and it was sunshine and wearing grey clouds now. Like, all I want is to see blue sky. You know, it is what it is. Not a problem. I finally managed to ship it all with the invoice and everything, so I'm just waiting for it now, and that cost me like £40, but it's a lot cheaper than if I flew back to Norway, went to the hotel, picked it up and flew home. No, I could have done it all in like 6 hours, but like, because the airports aren't that deep. And did you know when you fly domestically, you don't need to go through border control? I had no idea. I'm walking out and I'm like, where the fuck is border control? Because when you fly to and from the UK, regardless, you have to go through border control. And it was just not the one. And that's what I'm saying, you're solely responsible for yourself, because at the end of the day, like, no one, like, I couldn't say to anyone like, oh, can we make sure we've got everything. I'm usually quite good with that, and I think obviously where I've been so stressed out lately anyway, my brain fog has just gotten nothing but worse, which makes me sad. Like, I'm usually so competent and like, so I will think out everything, and I think, like I said, I've been really stressed out lately. And then obviously on top of that, when like, I'm not even telling people when I go to my next country. I don't care who you are. Like, the only person I'm telling is my boyfriend, and then my family when I get to the location, because like, I feel like evil eye is so fucking real. Like, my mum is like, oh, you work hard. Like, you don't work hard. I've been working for all these years. And I never said for the length of time I've been working, but I've been working hard. Like I have a very intense job. Like, I work hard and I want to like reward myself, and I'm tired of waiting on people in order to reward myself. So anyway, moving on. So yeah, finally shipped my bag back to the UK, and hopefully I can get it soon. I need my stuff, and obviously I'm going to change my cards and stuff, but like, imagine I had to go to two different countries without my debit card, without any form of cards. Thank God these countries are contactless. Oh my god, imagine they weren't contactless. I would actually have died. I would have died. End of. I'm using the NARS Laguna. Harsh as it looks on. Why does it look so harsh on the camera? It does not look like that. Big thing that you're solely responsible for yourself, and things happen, things are gonna mess up, and you know, I have travel insurance, so I'm gonna see if I can claim it back on my travel insurance, because even if I don't, even if I had left like my laptop or something, like, thank God I don't keep things on my actual computer. I keep everything in the cloud, but could get that sorted. I'll leave some links on how to get really good travel insurance and points towards flights. I always say, if you're gonna buy something, make sure you're rewarded for it. It's talking about travel hacks and like fly points, and I know like a lot of people are like, I don't want to get a credit card, I don't want to like do this, that. I mean, number one, credit cards will fucking make your, so for me, like, I am like, my family from Jamaica and stuff, and I want to go to Barbados because my family's also from there. So honestly, I want to go, I want to travel the world. Like, I'm happy to go on a solo trip to Barbados. I realized my camera has not, my microphone has not been plugged in this whole time, and it's really upset me, because I bought this microphone to create quality content for you guys, because I want to do that. Anyway, so I was talking about travel hacks and like being able to so I was talking about, let's talk about some travel hacks, guys, because in order to travel, we can't always just pluck money out of thin air. Number one, Skyscanner will be your best friend. Use Skyscanner to get cheap flights. That's how I paid less than £100 to travel to 3 countries. Less than £100. use Skyscanner, and then obviously for more long haul flights. So at the moment I'm saving my fly points for a long haul trip to, I want to go to Barbados, I want to go to Jamaica. I miss Jamaica so much. Like, I haven't been in like 6 years. So annoying. But that's the pandemic for you. Thank you, pandemic. So I really want to go to Jamaica this year. We'll see how that pans out, because I've got like, we have a family home, but my like aunts and uncles, like, no one else can go there unless we're there. Family for you. Thank you. Like, I can easily spend £400 for a flight with my fly points, so I can stay in the house, but you guys don't want to share. You know, it's a bit of a dilemma, but that's Caribbean parents for you. I'm sorry. And like Caribbean families, that's just the way it rolls, and what can you do? So anyway, talking about fly points, I am with both the well, I have an account with Virgin Flying Club, but I haven't actually flown with them myself because my mum has always booked my flights and I've just given her the money, or do you know what I mean, vice versa, like that. Or I was younger, so obviously my mum was paying for my flights. I mean, because she wanted to go out there and she couldn't leave me, but that's fine. Obviously it's always a blessing to be able to go to Jamaica, and like, I know a lot of people don't have that luxury. So using fly points, so 20,000 for Jamaica, I can only speak, I can't really speak for the rest of the world, but 20,000 fly points, you pay a £280 fee and you get to fly to Jamaica, which I think flying to Jamaica for £280 is like, I think, a bargain, considering that flights can cost you like £1,500 for a basic economy flight during peak season. But anyway, we keep it moving. And then British Airways have their executive club, which, guys, British Airways fly everywhere and they fly from most airports. I know they definitely fly from London City, which is really good. But London City is an expensive airport, guys. I wouldn't recommend. So yeah, use Skyscanner and then get the British Airways executive. If you can get Amex, then you can control your credit, like, and you can control how you spend money. Do it. Get an Amex. Get your Amex point. Like, you can literally turn your, I'm going backwards and forwards here, but you can turn your club card points into Virgin points for flying, and you can turn your British Airways, you can turn your Nectar points into British Airways. So that's always a good way to go. I'll have them both linked down below. If you click my Virgin one, that will give me 2,000 points when you make a purchase. Like, I'm signing my boyfriend out, I'm gonna try and sign my sister out, my niece. Like, if you're over 18 living in the UK, do it. If you're not living in the UK, then you won't be able to get your 2,000 points from Virgin, but it is what it is. Going in with my Born to Run palette. It's some like safety features for when you actually travel alone, now that we've got out of the whole money situation. Don't tell no one where you're going, and don't tell no one when you're going. Like, all on like social media and stuff. Like, I've been posting things from fucking months ago. No one knows where I am. People think currently I'm in Paris. I know, like, I will post trending, but I'll post it with content I already have. Do you know what I mean? So never post where you are at the time. At least leave it like the day after you, like, even the day after you leave, like, then post it. Like, but don't post it whilst you're there, because people then can like find you and it's really creepy, and people are so weird on the internet these days. Like, you just can't risk anything. Like, at the moment I'm on TikTok live, no one knows where I am, but I'm getting weird messages all the time, like, hey beautiful, you're so cute, you're this, you're that, I want to do this. Like, I feel like TikTok is a huge eye-opener of how many creeps there are out there, and it's really important that you keep yourself safe. The only people who know I'm out here is my boyfriend, my family, and even the people at work. They know I'm doing my solo travel and they know like the countries I'm going to, but they don't know when I'm going, they don't know how I'm going, they don't know anything like that. So I think that's really, really important for like a safety tip when you are traveling on your own. Also, when you're actually in your country, you need to like, don't be speaking to the cab driver, yeah, I'm here on my, no, that's not how you do things. Like, even if the country is safe, that's not what you want to do. I've traveled to some of the safest countries in the world and I still wouldn't like tell them. Do you know what I mean? And I've been really good so far, like on my solo travels. When I was in Malta, I felt super safe. Malta was amazing. I didn't feel scared. Think because it was a lot more busy than the Nordic countries that I was in. I need to go. Tell me, where should I go? It's difficult for long haul flights just because like I haven't been on a long solo trip before, but we have to be doing that. So when it comes to safety, like I said, just don't tell people where you are. Don't tell, like, just don't broadcast it to the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've recently been on solo travel and no one knows where I am. That's not the correct English. I've recently been on solo travel, but I don't, what? I'm home now, by the way. I'm just in a hotel. My brain is completely just, but anyway, so what's that thing called? I always deadbolt my door as well. I know there's like safety locks. I've never had anyone try to come into my room. I tell her, like, actually in Turkey someone tried to break into our room, but I weren't in the room. So if they're gonna break in, they're gonna break in anyway. Yeah, someone tried to break into our rooms in Turkey, but I don't know, there was other circumstances where I couldn't really say like they were targeting just us or they were targeting the whole building. I don't know. So obviously if you're in the room, deadbolt the door. If you don't have any other safety, I know people that put a chair, like I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'll deadbolt the door. Like, if the door is deadbolted, how else is anyone gonna get in? Like, they would have to be putting some force to get into the room, do you know what I mean? Like, some real force. Like, you would hear that shit. Okay. Sorry, I had to just finish getting ready before I just... Anyway, so my hair is doing the most. So, final thoughts. Final thoughts. Solo travel can be for anyone. It's not... You don't have to be a certain type of person, but it can turn you into a certain type of person. It will turn you into someone who is very chill, very mindful, very focused, very driven. If you don't want those qualities, don't solo travel. But for me, I think it's to emphasize that about myself, and really just focus on who I want to become. And I feel like, you know, even as a woman and as a person who wants to be a mother and wants to have my own children, I think being solo traveling then kind of gives you that, when you're already naturally self-aware of yourself, you're then going to be able to be naturally self-aware for others. And it's just super important, to be honest. Like, no one... We live on such a beautiful earth and such a beautiful planet, and why do we not get to see all of it? Why do we not get to see, you know, the beautiful mountains in Madeira, or the beautiful beaches in Thailand, or the beautiful islands in the Philippines? Why can we not go and do that? What, because we have to wait for someone else? Because we have to check for if someone else is okay with it, if we have to check, you know, all of these things. And like, to be honest, like, that's just, no, like, we don't need that. We just need to be able to think, okay, when are we free in my own schedule, and then book my flight. And that's what I've been doing, and I've been loving it. Like, I'm sorry guys, but you don't need anyone like to be free or be fit into your timeline, or you have to switch your timeline to fit into their timeline. Like, you can create your own timeline, you can create your own vision for yourself and be like, wow, you know what, I'm really gonna do this, and I'm really gonna explore this beautiful earth that we live on. Like, we live on such an incredible planet, and with all the crazy things, all the, you know, war and gunfire and all of this political nonsense, like, I don't care what your belief system is, you know, the universe, God, whatever you believe in. Even if you believe in nothing, we were given and put on this beautiful planet. Why can't we explore it? Because we have a 9 to 5. Go on the weekend. Use your annual leave wisely if you have a 9 to 5. I'm very lucky in my job and the amount of time off that I get, but I also work a very demanding job, so it does require rest. Why do my rest days need to be in the UK? Why? Oh, by the way, if I've been referring to the fact that it may seem like I'm home, no, I'm actually in Sweden, but I was on TikTok live, and obviously I can't tell people I was on TikTok live, but obviously by the time this goes up, I'll be in the UK, so who the fuck cares? Who the fuck gives a shit? You know, like, we live on such an incredible planet, and girl, get your bag and go. Get your passport and go. What the fuck? Do it. And just because things go wrong doesn't mean solo traveling is bad. Like, I've freaking left my bag in a different country, like, and I had a mental breakdown because I didn't know what apartment my friend lived in. But it's all part of the experience, it's all part of the journey. Don't let anyone tell you don't do it because they didn't do it. That's their problem. Just because they did, that's not your fault. That because they didn't solo travel and they're jealous of you, what can you do about that? Nothing. So solo travel, do your thing. I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys like the makeup look. I know it wasn't really too makeup involved, but I'm sorry. It was a difficult film and I was really upset I didn't put my microphone on. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.
I can tell you my problems, I can tell you my sins, I can tell you my problems. I'm uncomfortable in my skin, I'm uncomfortable with my ends, I'm uncomfortable with my friends.